The Golden State Warriors could be in a lot of trouble, and the only people that have to blame
stalemate between restricted free agent Jonathan Kuminga and the Warriors. It continues. His agent, Aaron Turner, he told the Hoop Collective podcast that they're prepared to take the $8 million one-year qualifying offer. So the Warriors, remember, they'd reportedly offered a 3-year, $75 million deal, but the team is sticking with that team option in the final year, and that has been a sticking point. So whether it's a team or a player option, that would guarantee Kuminga $48 million in the first 2 seasons. Since we're talking money, we need to bring in Mr. Money Moves, Bobby Marks, our front office insider. Bobby, why would Kuminga take the qualifying offer instead of that guaranteed, $40 million more?
Yeah, first, give credit to Brian Windhorst. I don't think I've seen an agent come on a podcast and negotiate for his client like he did, Aaron Turner did with Jonathan Kuminga here. I think from his perspective, he's looking at it first. The $8 million qualifying offer gets him to unrestricted free agency next year. It also gives him to right to veto any trade coming forth. It was also mentioned, and Anthony Slater has mentioned this, that Kuminga has taken out a insurance policy in case he does get injured.
Blame is themselves. The Golden State Warriors had the 7th overall pick in the 2021 NBA draft. That pick was used on Jonathan Kuminga, who is somebody that has been good for them over his career. He did win a championship there. He was not an integral part, but he was a part of that team. He's coming off of a season where he played 47 games. He averaged 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists, 45% from the field and 30% from 3, which is down from his year before that where he averaged 16, 4, and 2 on 50% from the field. So, that is a slightly down year for him, but still that's somebody who I think they should have re-signed. But this is the whole situation with him. He's been a restricted free agent. He's at a point where he's basically at a stalemate with them. And both sides have been said, the Golden State side has said, do you even want to be here? And he turned around and hit them with, do you even want me here? That is not a good relationship for a team and a player. And I don't think that's going to get worked out. If anything, I think Kuminga is going to come back on a qualifying offer and then leave next offseason for nothing because Golden State really messed up this situation, and this is not the time where you want to be messing things up like this with Steph Curry being as old as he is. You want to maximize his timeline, and I think ultimately down the line, they're really going to regret this, and this could be a driving factor for Steph Curry retiring early or even leaving for a better franchise. Because, if you look at this roster right now, they have 8 players on this team. 9. 9 players on this roster that are under standard NBA contracts, which means you can't go into the season like that. You need at least 5 more players. You have to have at least 14 players on your roster to start the season. Training camp is in a matter of days. And this is what we're doing. They gotta fix this. It's not good for Steph Curry or Jimmy Butler or Draymond Green, all 3 future Hall of Famers who want to just contend for a championship right now. But let's look at some possible names that they could bring in from free agency because they do need another 5 guys. So these are the 5 free agents I think Golden State's going to bring in. Number 1, obviously Big Al Horford. He's been rumored to go there all summer. I think they're just waiting for the Jonathan Kuminga thing to wrap up because he's kind of holding them up salary cap wise. Same with DeAnthony Melton. I think these guys are both going to end up there. DeAnthony Melton was there for a short time last year before being traded for Dennis Schroeder. He did get hurt. I'm not sure if he even played a game, actually. He might have played a few, though. That's when they started off the season really hot. We'll see if that happens again this year, but you never know. Al Horford definitely going to be a good piece for them. That's like a floor spacing center, something Steph Curry's never had. Obviously he's old. He's not in his prime, but he could still space the floor for you very well. And DeAnthony Melton, just a great backup guard to have. I would love to have him on any team. The third free agent I think that they're going to bring in is probably Seth Curry, Steph's brother, because I think, he's just also a perfect fit for this team, but probably Steph wants to play with his brother. They have that connection. They want to be able to play together. I think that would be a good pickup for them. He was good in Charlotte last year, I don't have a problem with that at all. The fourth guy, I'm going to say Precious Achiuwa, because they could use more backup big depth. Losing Kevon Looney, still, even if you want to bring in Al Horford, you can still use more depth at that position. Because you have, Quentin Post, and Jackson, Trace Jackson Davis, that's not the greatest options. So yeah, I think Precious would fit in very well with this team. He was good for the Knicks last year. At times, he didn't get played in the playoffs, but I don't see why, because I think he was a very good fit there. But that's just me. And the fifth guy is probably, I think they're going to bring back Gary Payton Jr., somebody who was integral to their 2022 championship. He was a great role player for them. He has been over these past few years. Spent a little time in Portland, but nobody really counts that. I think he's just a perfect fit there, and if they want to contend, he's the guy that they need right now. All right, well, let's talk about this big three of sorts: Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond Green. So, starting off with Draymond, he's coming into a season where he was in one of the top players for a Defensive Player of the Year last year, something that's been consistent throughout his career. We'll see if we can get another great season like that from him again. He's going into year 13. I think he's going to be great for this team as usual. It's just, can he stay on the court, stay healthy, not get ejected? That's basically all it is for Draymond. Jimmy Butler just got this new contract extension going into year 14. Once again, it's like, I don't know if he should have gotten that extension. It seems like big money for Jimmy Butler, who shouldn't be getting big money at this age. But I guess, who am I to say? He's currently getting paid $54 million going into this season. Not crazy, but still a lot for Jimmy Butler. After causing a stink in Miami last year just to get traded to Golden State, which is somewhere he wasn't even keen on going to. He did want to go to Phoenix. He did at one point make it Phoenix or bust. Then ends up in Golden State. They go on a great run. They get to the playoffs, beat the Rockets in 7, almost blew a 3-1 lead. Then Steph gets hurt. They go down to Minnesota. Jonathan Kuminga did look like a star in that series when he was given the chance. That's somebody I would want to bring back. I think this is somebody that all three of them want to bring back as well. But whatever. And finally, Steph Curry. This is their franchise guy. This is their guy going into year 16 out of Davidson. He's won them multiple championships, now has a finals MVP under his belt. He did get hurt in those playoffs last year. Don't want to see that for him. I think if he stays healthy, they have a chance of winning that series. I don't think they beat OKC because this team is just not as good as OKC. But Steph Curry is still great, and they need to really lock in and maximize his timeline. This is somebody who's given his whole career and given everything to your franchise. You really need to do better to help this man contend for championships in 2026, because if he doesn't like what's happening, he's either going to retire or he's just going to leave, because you guys obviously are not competent of building a franchise around him. You were in the past, and I don't know what's happening right now. They tried the whole 2 timeline thing. Didn't work. James Wiseman was a bust. Jordan Poole, they traded for an older Chris Paul. Don't understand that move still to this day. Who else? Moses Moody, somebody who's still on this team. He's good. He's a good piece. I like him. Brandon Podjemski, same with him. It's just like, these are not guys that are future stars in this league. I don't know where you get the idea that this was your whole 2 timeline plan. If these guys are going to be on your roster in a matter of years and there's no Steph Curry, no Jimmy Butler, and you have no star, this team is going to be a bottom 5 team in the league. But my overall prediction for this team this year, which could go either way because we still don't know what the roster is going to look like, this is what I'm looking at. I'm thinking they're going to probably win around 45 games to 48 games. And I think they're going to finish in that 7-5 range. Probably, I'm going to just go 6, just in the middle. I'm going to say they win 47 games and finish 6th in the West.